What should you be eating to try and reduce your cravings? I'm Kevin O'Hara for alcoholmastery.com, and today I wanted to just talk about a question that I received through email, and that was you mentioned eating suggestions to reduce cravings in a previous video. Can you elaborate on that a bit more? You know, first, to talk about cravings a little bit, cravings are more psychological rather than physical, right? You know, it's more to do with the things that you've left out in life, the things that have gone from your life, right? So you quit drinking, and now you're leaving sort of a big hole in your life where that the alcohol used to fill, and it's those holes that cause the cravings, right? You know, you're sort of, we're automatic beings. We like to go through life with as many of these habitual behaviors as possible, right? To do these things as automatically as possible, right? That's where all our habits come from. That's the reason behind our habits, you know. It's to get through life, it's to get through the day as efficiently as possible, you know. So you do this one thing, and then another thing follows, and another thing follows, and you don't have to put too much time into thinking about it. When you take something out of your life and you try and change your behavior, you're doing it consciously, right? You're having to consciously bring the habit up into the surface. You're having to extract that behavior out of your life, and you're leaving a big gap, right? That used to be filled by the habit. So you've then got to start thinking about how you're going to fill that gap, right? What you're going to do with the time, what you're going to do with your mind, how you're going to fill your mind, your consciousness. You know, all these things take a toll because you can no longer do it subconsciously. So your mind doesn't like that. Your mind feels discomfort with that. So that's where the basis of craving comes from, that, right? Now, a lot of this refilling the holes, because you have to do a lot more thinking about things, you've got to feed your brain better, right? And for me, for the human mind, the one thing that it runs the best on is carbohydrates, right? So carbohydrates are the body's fuel, right? The body's brain fuel, what fuels the body, right? So you need to get good, clean, healthy carbohydrates into yourself, and try and get whole foods, sort of like brown rice, brown pasta, beans, lentils, anything like that, you know, that's clean, and oats, anything like that. You know, these are the most natural foods for your body. It's what your body will use the least amount of effort to turn them into fuel, right? So carbohydrates, that's the one thing. Another thing about cravings is that this is not like a diet, right? Where you, like when you go on a diet, you're all the time denying yourself a certain part of your food, you know, you're restricting calories, or you're doing something, right, which is has got to continue, and you don't really get used to that, you know. Once you lose the weight and you go back onto the diet, a lot of people start eating the exact same stuff that they ate before, right? That's another thing anyway. But the point I'm trying to make here is that the cravings for food, this is something that your body is all the time forever going to crave for. So when you're reducing calories, your body won't get used to that, right? Your stomach might shrink a little bit. You know, it will get used to it to a certain degree, but in the long term, you still require food, and a lot of the time your body will go back to where it was before, right? Go back to the old sort of default feelings inside yourself, right? With alcohol, it's completely different, because you don't need alcohol, right, to survive, right? You need air to survive, you need water to survive, and you need food, right? They're the three things that you need to survive. Alcohol you don't need, right? So your body will gradually, as you go over time, that craving for alcohol will dissipate. It will diminish and diminish and diminish until it disappears altogether. All you're left with then are memories of what you used to do, you know, old times when you were drinking, or places. I've done a video about this recently. So, you know, the cravings are going to disappear. The cravings are not going to be there. It depends how long you're into this, you know. If you're into this 4 months and you're still getting fucking cravings, you know, there's something wrong. Do you know what I mean? You're still thinking about the old life. You're craving that old life. You can't be craving the alcohol anymore. You know, it's something different in your life that you're craving. So you have to sort of get a grip on that, you know, and there's no food that's going to stop that. This is all in your head, you know. Most of the stuff is going to be thought up here. Most of the cravings are from up here, so that's the place where you have to sort of deal with them, is up in your mind. You have to sort of think where the cravings are coming from, what's causing the cravings, and what you can do to overcome that, you know. Like I say, you have to get the determination from yourself in the beginning that you're not going to drink anymore. Get your reasons behind you why you're not going to drink anymore. And use those as the basis for every sort of thought. You know, go back to the reasons, why am I really wanting to quit drinking alcohol? You know, as I say, make a video about yourself and go and look at the video, you know. Go and look at the video after, you know, whenever you're feeling these things, or you're feeling strong cravings. And, you know, like I say, it's just it's all going to be dealt with inside your brain. You know, so well, that's about it for today. I'll leave it there. I'm Kevin O'Hara for alcoholmastery.com. Stay safe, keep the alcohol out of your mouth, onwards and upwards. Good luck to you.